It's really great to be here. Thank you so much for having us. We're Time for Three, and this is Nick, Zach, and my name is Renat, 2 violins and bass, and we've been together for 14 years. But now we'll go back and flashback here. We really had the pleasure of meeting at the Curtis Institute of Music, and we were kind of the outside of the box dudes, you know, at the school. And we would get together just for fun, to jam. We didn't really set out to be a group. It was just playing, having a good time. And the faculty caught wind of us, and the administration then hired us out for a gig. And it was fortunately a performance gig, and it was for a Dow Chemical Company, higher executives. And we put together a 25-minute set, went down there to play, and we thought that was going to maybe be the beginning and the end of the experience, just kind of 3 guys, you know, hanging out, having a good time. And we played, and they loved it. They really gave us a huge ovation, and it was the type of ovation that none of the 3 of us were used to having prior to performing collectively. So we said we at least owe it to ourselves to try this again, you know, and see if we're onto something. And we did. We had the same type of response. So after those 2 shows, we set out and tried to put some things together, and it was actually Nick who was motivating us and inspiring us to try to, like, you know, put together a CD and a photo and a video, and if I remember correctly, Zach and I were even a little resistant to it because, you know, we had some other responsibilities that we were dealing with.
The collaborative aspect. So again, in classical music, chamber music is something that we do all the time, and so we wanted to do that, but with artists that are as disparate in genre and in character as our interests are in life and in music. And so that's really what is represented on the album, I think.
The collaborators on this album stem from different moments in our career. Actually, one of the first gigs Time for Three did, and was working with an artist that we were obviously starstruck by, and also in much respect for, was Branford Marsalis. He was playing in a double bill with us in Philadelphia, and it was actually really interesting for us to interact with him, because it was actually, I don't want to say it was our gig, but he was sort of playing Time for Three's music, most of Renan's original tunes, and he was just asking us for direction. And we learned a lot from a guy like Branford, you know, who's already had an illustrious career, sitting back and you know, these young whippersnappers trying to explain to him, and he was not shy of helping us and communicating to us when we were not clear, very clear about that.
Our guests, like, you know, our collaborators.
Well, Rob Moose.
Rob Moose,
yeah.
Who was a co-producer, and Rob is, I mean, actually Rob would tell us that he saw Time for Three. He's a little bit younger than us, but he used to see us on his way to the Philadelphia Youth Orchestra. He's a violinist at the Philadelphia Youth Orchestra rehearsals. He would walk by Time for Three playing in the Rittenhouse Square Park thing. So he actually knew us from way back when. But Rob is amazing. He has his own groups, Y Music, a new music group that's doing really interesting and really beautiful stuff. And he, of course, was part of the Bon Iver camp and as the band leader and creator on Bon Iver's last album. But then we had this fantastic percussionist, Mateus, and we had an organ. You're going to hear the sound of a B3 organ, mandolin, guitar, tenor guitar, piano, just a myriad of different, very carefully picked sounds that kind of are on the periphery of our warm string sound. That's kind of conceptually how I visualize it, you know. But so I think those are the other contributing collaborators on the album as well.
And also, did you say producer, our other producer, David Lai?
David Lai,
yeah, he's co-producing the album. Just a fabulous person to work with. Also happens to be our manager, so it's really nice because he may care greater than anyone else who was involved with the album.